Hello students, let's continue our chapter 12, Indian Democracy. Yes students, so far we saw and today we are going to finish this chapter. So we will be seeing the concluding part, and that is about democracy and political parties. But before that, we already finished some questions of 4 marks, some of 3 marks, and yesterday we studied about parliamentary democracy, how the election system is in Indian democracy, what is about secret ballot, and secret ballot also we saw that can be asked for 3 marks. Today we are going to see the final part, and that is about democracy and political parties, which also will be asked in the exam for 3 marks. So let's continue. Please be with me. Open your textbook and continue now. Democracy and political parties. India is multi-party democracy, and hence we have various political parties. India is multi-party democracy, and hence we have various political parties. We have so many different parties. We know that right now who is ruling, who is the opposition party, and you hear your parents, your grandparents, they talk about it. Elders they talk about the political parties and so on when the election time comes. Specific criteria are fixed by the Election Commission to validate any political party. Political parties are classified either into underline national party or regional party based on certain specific policies and criteria decided by the Election Commission. So students, what political parties are classified either into national party or regional party based on certain specific policies and criteria which have been decided by the Election Commission. We saw yesterday about Election Commission, isn't it students? As per this, a party that secures more than 4% of the total votes in the previous general elections in at least 4 major states is identified as a national party. So which party can be identified as a national party? Make a bracket. See, look here. As per this, a party that secures more than 4% of the total votes in the previous general elections in at least 4 major states, 4% in the total votes, and into 4 major states is identified as a national party. Okay, and the rest are identified as a regional parties. We are going to study about this now. As per the information given by the Election Commission by March 10, 2014, a total of 1,593 national parties were registered. Last year, 239 parties were added. So students, underline that the Election Commission by March 10, 2014, the total number of 1,593 national parties were registered. National parties we are talking about, students, right now. Okay. And last year, 239 parties were added. Now students, it can be more than that because this book has been revised. This book is not made recently. It was written when the book was made. So recently, last year, if I am talking about 2000, we will be talking about 2020 or 2019. Okay. In our country, Indian National Congress, that is INC, which we have already studied the full form in history. In our country, Indian National Congress and Bharatiya Janata Party, that is BJP, which is ruling right now, are the 2 major political parties. We know it. Earlier, Congress was ruling, then BJP has taken over. Right now, BJP is a ruling party, Congress is called as a opposition party. Along with the Bahujan Samajwadi Party, BSP, Communist Party of India, Marxist, CPIM, and National Congress Party, NCP, are the other national parties. These are also the other names besides Congress and BJP. That is INC and BJP. We have BSP, we have CPIM, we have NCP, National Congress Party, which we have studied again in chapter 3 or 4, somewhere in that one of the chapters. Apart from this, the Shiv Sena, Trinamool Congress, Samajwadi Party, that is SP, Dravida Munnetra Kalagram, DMK, All India Anna Dravida Munnetra Kalagram, that is AIADMK, Aam Aadmi Party, that is AAP, Janata Dal United, that is JDU, Rashtriya Janata Dal RJD, are regional parties. So students, right from the Shiv Sena, what we studied about, that's Shiv Sena as well as Trinamool Congress, Samajwadi Party, then Aam Aadmi Party, then Dravida Munnetra Kalagram. So these are known as regional parties, whereas which are the parties which are known on the national level? We studied about BJP and INC on the major, these are two political parties. Okay, we have national as well as regional parties, but this just now which we saw, Rashtriya Janata Dal and all, coming into regional parties. Based on the specified criteria, any national party can lose its status or any regional party can gain the status of the national party depending on the number of votes obtained by the party. So students, who will rule? It depends on the number of seats they gain, the status that they gain into national party. Also, the party forming the government is known as the ruling party, and therefore I said the party that forms the government, therefore I said BJP is right now as a ruling government, ruling party. The party which forms the opposition is called as the opposition party. Okay, form the opposition is right now, like if you go to see, even AAP and all will come as a opposition party, Congress, AAP, whereas the ruling party is BJP. The opposition party helps from public opinion by democratically opposing the objectionable plans and policies of the government. Students, it's just like in the class and all, you have the competition, the first rank and the second rank and the star batch, and this, you have lot of competition. It also, the healthy competition helps you to grow. And so similarly, opposition party helps the public opinion by democratically opposing the objectionable plans and policies of the government. But in a healthy democracy, it is desirable that the opposition party supports the social and public causes of the ruling party, which are aimed at the welfare of the nation. So you will see there is take and give. There is the reciprocate relationship between the parties. Though we see sometimes they are fighting and all, but it goes on, they come again together and it gives them competing with one another. And that is how the different government has been formed. The success of democracy depends on a balanced relationship between the ruling and the opposing party. So see, the success of democracy depends on a balanced relationship. We should not say that the Congress and BJP are the they are the enemies, or Congress and AAP, or Congress and this party, or BJP and this, that, the other parties are the enemies. No, it helps them as long as they have the balanced relationship. Effective and strong opposition party is a prerequisite of a good democracy. Effective and strong opposition party is a prerequisite of a good democracy. It is required for the good democracy. Democracy is like a chariot. Ruling party and the opposing party are the two wheels of the chariot. So what is that? Democracy is compared with like a chariot. And chariot has the wheels, and one is like a ruling party and the another one is the opposing party. Okay, so students, over here we complete this chapter. Just now we saw only one question, that is 3 marks, about the democracy and the political parties. You can be asked in the exam, and there are we saw in here India is a multi-party democracy. There are so many parties in our country. Specific criteria are fixed by the election commission. We know yesterday we studied about the election commission, and there are the parties are classified into either into national party and the regional party based on the certain specific policies and criteria decided by the election commission. And we saw the parties. Okay, now what is that? They have been also identified as a national party as per the rest. They are identified. Others are regional parties as per the seats that they secure. 4% of the total voters in the previous general election and at least 4 major states. Okay. And then we saw in this question that there were by 2014, 1,593 national parties. And last year, 239 parties, more than that will be now added. We saw the second paragraph, we saw the different parties, the names you have to mention. And then we come to see the last paragraph, how does the opposition party helps the ruling party by opposing in certain ways, but the relationship should be balanced relationship, healthy relationship. Effective and strong opposition party is a prerequisite of a good democracy, and it's like a chariot where the ruling party and opposing party are the two wheels of the chariot. Students, we finished the chapter over here. You know, once we finish the chapter, what is your next work? You have to complete all these question answers. Here the questions have been given. At what age one can get the right to vote, which is very easy. We have studied in the adult suffrage. What media are used to cultivate public opinion? Previously only we studied the role of print and electronic media. So from there it will come. Which national and regional political parties are active in India? Just now we studied. Okay. You also have got to write the short notes on this. You can see election commission and the political parties, types of political parties, and the voter and government. Yesterday we studied about this. National parties, regional parties, parliamentary democracy and presidential democracy, which we have already done this, and print media and electronic media. 4 marks questions. Remember this, students. Please complete your homework. All the question answers you have to write in your fair book. Have a good day. I'm going to stop over here.